exciting episode of Master or Not with your wonderful hosts and heroes, Puddle, the water being.
So that started a few seconds too early because you didn't give me the fucking cue. And
We
yes,
can
that's my
always do it
start.
again.
No, we're good. That's my cue.
So from the top.
No, just keep going with Spencer now.
Spencer, the super cat.
Hey, God is stuttering.
Dahlia, the living dead girl.
Yo, what up, what up?
Ace, the technomancer.
Always remember to save your projects.
And currently fueled by his feline souls, the cat ruler of the world, and the matter manipulator, Transient.
Cat Rule of World agrees with this message.
Last time on Master or Not, our heroes were finishing their first day of school, only to find their fifth period that their school is being besieged by backpack-bearing bundles of joy. Cats and dogs of various breeds have somehow wired most of the school's electrical system to a grand device to be powered by their master, who has also stolen Tyrone, the fire shapeshifter. Though scattered, they now attempt to converge on the issue, but with a couple of old ties showing up, can they stop this devious issue in time before school's over? Find out today. We'll start off with Jace. Quick reminder that you are still inside your tech class with your three other students, three other peers. Tom E. Deason, Ethan Keller, and Ebony and Ivory. You have recently shut out the power to the entire system in order to make sure that the device does not go off so quickly. But you do hear scurrying coming about from outside the school. What will you do?
Let me think. I had thought Jason already left the room last time, but since we're back in the room, I gotta think of what he's gonna do now.
Could you repeat the names of those kids again?
Tom Deason, middle name E.
Yep.
Ethan Collar,
Keep going.
and an old friend of the group, Ebony and Ivory.
Who's that?
One of the previous workers of the Little Haven.
You're gonna have to spell that last name because it's a little feng shui.
ANI.
You can just type it out, man.
Oh, fine, I'll type it out.
So is it Ebony and Ivory or Ebony and Ivory?
The letter N as the middle initial, Ivory.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
I was trying to figure out if it was two people, one person with the name Ann.
Yeah, Ebony Ann, like Mary Sue.
I feel attacked here.
Right.
Honestly, I think Jace is just gonna using Rockin' Prime's radio senses to move over to the door and open it so that they can presumably get some light in this room.
So once you activate the light feature on your hover chair, you hear the teacher, Mr. Frostenoff, speak up. All right, whoa! I didn't realize you have a safety feature on your wheelchair. Very nice. All right, keep close, kids. We need to head over to the emergency exit. There seems to be an emergency shutdown. We need to get over to the main cafeteria.
Jace is gonna pull the door open. He's gonna let everybody else go on past. he's gonna look like he's following him out, and then he's gonna activate camouflage in the dark.
Well, thanks, new kid. Yeah, dog, that's really awesome of you. Kind of strange how you're able to hold the door open while still sitting in a wheelchair.
My arms still work.
Those are some long arms. As you follow everyone else out, we'll jump over towards Puddles and Transient, who are currently being accosted by the return of the Little Haven store owner,
I mean,
Svensson Omostor.
The one
is
that's
he?
currently unconscious?
Yeah.
Was being accosted. My apologies.
Yeah, like 20 pounds of laughing gas got tossed on him,
Thank you for the slight reminder. So
which
you are
is heavy.
How does laughing gas react when in contact with water? Can someone remind me?
It is not-
does not dissolve.
Yeah, it is not soluble at all.
So she shouldn't be affected.
She won't
No,
be
unless
affected.
it's like the temperature of like Phoenix, Arizona right now.
And just remember, I can shape it in any way I choose, which means I can include to not include us.
So, anyways, we need a Joker origin story for this story.
Random laughing gas. I will get you here soon. Just don't forget you owe me work. Dude.
Cat Rule of World does not work there. Cat Rule of World gave his 5-minute notice.
What was the name of the guy you just knocked out?
Svensson Omostor. We write that in the bullies.
And continues to cuddle with Puddle.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, after he laughing gassed them, did stop because that's when he started grooming me.
Definitely weird. I will need a will save on that one.
Just verifying my will. It's not high. I should know that it's only a +2.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
This is too intimate of a moment. Having someone else's tongue just graze what feels like the back of your neck. Whether you're still water or not, as you now go completely placid.
Yeah,
Remember,
on
it's
the
a
ground.
cartoon.
It would be a Benny moment if I double checked your weakness and see, unusual or unusual aversion to social interactions.
No, you don't find that.
Nope.
Because I have doing good, power loss, and weakness.
Unfortunate. So, as you are stuck in the middle of that area, you do hear giggling coming from Omostar, who's still laughing at the Little Haven entrance, as well as a couple of passing by gawkers. Huh, isn't that the water bee? Holy crap, it's the water bee! Hey, guys, we need pictures over here! Somebody!
Arched back, hissing now. Back off!
And who's that kid with the water bee? I didn't realize. Help! That kid might get drowned! We need to save this kid!
And pause clapped. And the road is now quicksand.
My man, quicksanding my entire road infrastructure. Taxes are gonna go up here soon.
As Puddle is now an actual puddle. Cat rule overworld will act like a cat, grab the scruff of her neck, and start bringing her along.
We're gonna jump over to Dahlia at the moment.
Okay.
Aha!
I had something to say about that.
Oh, all right, real
I was
quick.
just on mute. That's the thing about Wilda. Once she's puddled, she's not holding herself together. So you can't actually grab anything.
That's what you think.
That's fair until, you know, you alchemy me, but... Anyway, that was my thing.
Dahlia, you found yourself just escaping into the other side of the room and freeing your entrapped classmates from the dark room as the entire school has lost its power. You were following a couple of cute, adorable pet animals with backpacks on them. I take it you were following them past into the corridor outside, right?
Yeah, she's gonna. I can't remember if she succeeded in getting the equipment back from them,
You did.
or
You
okay.
did. You with your several checks, you managed to outmaneuver them since you knew the school off the back, like the back of your hand, and caught them at the middle of the three-way connection of the hallway, the middle of the three-way of the school.
All right, she's gonna place the equipment out of reach and follow the fleeing animals.
You see the two cats and the cat and dog ahead of you. One an oriental short hair, and the other one a dachshund.
A dachshund?
A dachshund. Thank you.
No.
Puppy.
And they're both seeming to run straight towards the gymnasium.
Well,
So we
Dahlia's
lose.
gonna follow,
Jeez.
and are there other people around, or is it still like in the dark? I'm trying to decide if she needs to be stealthy or not.
The
Hello,
entire
who's up?
the entire corridor is still dark as you are running along, following along the animals. You're looking on both sides. Everyone seems to have fallen into lockdown procedures that were not lockdown procedures, but evacuation procedures. Everyone has already started making motions towards the cafeteria, one of their designated safe areas for this school. You
Well,
do see a
Dahlia's
couple
not
of
gonna bother with stealth so much. She's just going to head after it. Head after them.
as you do. You are passing by a few students who are still lingering behind, not taking this whole thing seriously as they should. Of course, and again, they're also being distracted by cute, cuddly other critters with backpacks on them. This school seems to be almost littered with a little critter for everybody.
Dahlia's gonna growl at the critters that she's passing and try to scare them.
You're gonna try to scare everyone in passing.
No, just the critters. She's gonna try to growl like a dog. Or like a feral thing that will eat flesh. You know, either way.
Go ahead and give me an intimidation.
Okay. I'm not expecting this to work, but it would be really funny if it did. Nah. She growls, but it's probably not very effectual.
I gotta roll 3 sets. Let's see what I have for them. Minion. This one will be for the dog.
Oh my gosh.
The dogs. You see, a lot of the dogs respond to your growl in a very terrifying manner, as the growl echoes all through. The next one will be the cats, with their unique air of superiority.
Cats fear no one and nothing.
Okay. And now, the fellow students.
The students are like, "Oh, you're a furry."
It's like, darn it, Dahlia, quit scaring the dogs. Young lady, that's not a way to act in a corridor. Slow your roll.
Blow
Ah.
your face.
Slow your face.
Yeah, that's her clever rejoinder.
Yeah, Saturday morning cartoon response. Beautiful.
I do my best.
uh,
So, do they go into the gymnasium? And do I follow them all the way?
you do see them split around at the gymnasium's entrance. They both seem to go down the corridor's ends around her. That being said, I would like you to give me an insight as your
It's not something I'll know. Do I get any bonus for my knowing things? What is it? Well informed?
you will, since you have a decent idea of how the school is laid out.
Okay, what's my plus?
Double checking your skills. I'd say be a +5.
Okay. I think I'm onto something.
You know that they're going to the bathrooms, which also connect back into the corridor. It doesn't matter which way you go. They're both heading into the gymnasium either way. You can cut them off by being on the inside from there. You
He's
also
like,
know you
yeah.
also know that if you're following one and there's multiple all around, this could be a trap. Whether it be pounced by dogs or pounced by cats, you're feeling the best bet would be to go straight towards the gymnasium.
Well, Dolly is pretty clever sometimes. She decides rather than go through the doors and walk into a trap, she's going to teleport and hang from the exposed beams of the gymnasium.
As you teleport inside the gymnasium, you do find your usual corner where you sit at to hide out in the shadowy rooftop or in the shadowy ceiling pillars,
Mm-hmm.
banisters,
Rafters.
rafters. Thank you. Up in the rafters of the ceiling, only to find that a majority of the ceiling on the back side of the gymnasium has been torn off, and there's this unique like strange capsule-like contraption connected to this really a strange looking umbrella. As you're able to get a good sight of it.
All right, so I'm clinging to what bit of the rafter remains, looking up the umbrella, whispering, and then she quickly looks around.
None of us can hear that.
Oh, she was saying, what the fuck? And then she quickly looks around.
I gotcha.
She's clinging from the rafters and looking up at the umbrella, then looks around the room.
Around the room, you can see several lines of cables and electronics being strung together, connected towards this machine. Along with it, inside the gymnasium, you see several boards that seem to span out the all along the main basketball courtyard. On each of these each of these whiteboards is like a mock drawing of the United States, and then the next board is like specifically Nevada, and then the next one is specifically the town of Pyrogull.
Yeah, Dahlia starts texting Jace. Jim, now. And then she types period, instead of electronics.
So wait, you're struggling with the electronics?
No, she texts Jace and says, Jim, now, ELEC.
Okay. So while we're waiting for Jace to be able to respond, we'll jump back over to Spencer. Sorry.
Hello.
The power. Spencer, you do hear the animals grumbling amongst themselves that the power has been shut off to the machine, and while they aren't able to get it working, you also hear some laughter coming from the makeshift clothing curtain that's over on the rooftop, right by the capsule with the umbrella. You see Tyrone being almost completely put inside and like properly locked in as he's fully shifted into his fiery self. A couple of the Maltese dogs and the Turkish Angoras that were helping them now look almost identical to Oriental short hairs and what would they look like? Burned down to nothing but skin. I guess almost like an American bully, but not an American bully. Never seen a Maltese dog shaved, but
So,
that's pretty much imagined.
question: are they changing shape?
The dogs? No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that the cats and dogs that were really hairy, once they were put the fire boy inside the container and sealed it, got burned and all the hair was burned off them. So now they're like uh, those particular breeds because they have no fur anymore.
Oh.
Poor
Well, I'm hearing
puppy.
laughter coming from the fake curtain. So, let's see here. I have just pole vaulted right onto the ceiling. Well,
You
really,
broken one of the levers that was supposed to be used to help operate the electronics. So
I ripped it right out of the socket. Yes. And
you have go ahead.
I'm going to go ahead and hold it kind of like a baseball bat as I come up to the makeshift quote unquote curtain and yank it back.
Uh, as you yank it back, there's seems to be a middle-aged man who looks similar to the school attendant that was there during lunch. That everyone seemed to convince to go and talk to the people in the kitchen because of food poisoning with the tuna. But he's in a different outfit. Let me see if I still have that outfit set up. Do.
Is this like an evil twin situation or a rip away the uniform and surprise? Ha
I want to say rip away uniform and surprise. The costume looks something similar to this, but with an additional headband and feather, Icarus wings on the side.
Yeah, okay, sure, go ahead.
Oh, I'm not ready for my debut yet. You're not ready to see me yet, Bond. I'm glad for the eagerness. I'm so glad to see someone so excited to. Oh wait, you're one of the Weatherlights, aren't you? Oh, who's a good Weatherlight? As you get scritches on top of your head.
Now, ordinarily, Spencer would absolutely lean into this. And he is going to.
Yes, the hall monitor.
Yeah. Basically, it's just like yanks back the curtain, sees this guy like, oh, yes, I am here for my... Oh, wait, no, you're just one of the kids. Scratch. So, yeah. He's going to lean into the scritches and he's going to go, what are you doing?
I'm preparing for my wonderful device for proper global domination in order to bring out my particular superhero to stop me.
Who's that?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, my little Weatherlight. What's your name?
Spencer.
Well, today it's Bond. Because
Okay.
I always loved James Bond movies. It always stirred me up inside.
I like James Bond movies too. Mom always puts them on whenever she's really tired, and I get to watch them all night, but Dad doesn't like me watching them.
Then you understand why I have to be in one of these Bond movies. In order to do that, I have to prove to everyone that I am a true Bond villain. And such, I will be changing this global world into a new fiery age.
He's going to think really hard. DM, I have to ask you a question, because me as the player, I could come up with this, but Spencer, it's going to take some intelligence. Could Spencer reason out that if the world temperature was raised by what he was actually telling him what would happen, doesn't that mean that, since he's also on the Earth, it would be bad for him too?
You would like to think that, but I can always find a way over to the aftermath. I've had this planned out since what year is this? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about answering that. For now, I just need you to help me as we prepare for this. Is the young man ready? As several of the animals, group up and give barks and meows of agreement. Yes, they're ready.
No.
Excellent.
Now
let us be prepared. What's up?
Before he continues, he's going to go, hold on. Is this going to hurt him? Pointing to the guy who's clearly banging on the capsule.
The fiery being, the sheer epitome of fire that's just looking like what it would be like a personalized small star just shaking violently inside a glass capsule.
Yeah. Is it going to hurt him?
We need you to roll insight as he says, yeah, he'll be fine.
I'm going to roll insight. Can I see the emotions coming off of Tyrone right now?
Tyrone is emitting emotions of, oh God, panic, a sense of mortified about what he is and how this is all accumulating to being used.
Oh boy. 20 plus 1. That is a 16.
Let me double check one thing.
He's gonna be fine, kid. Just fine.
You believe him.
I believe that Tyrone is not going to be hurt. That is true. He's gonna, Well, I do like the world being a little warmer, but what if it gets too hot?
Oh, that's why. That'll be fine. You see, I do believe that once it heats up, the global warming will cause the ice caps on either side of the world to melt, cooling off the rest of the planet. It'll be a brand new age of seas all abroad. I'll be able to invest more properly in oceanside
That's all you had to
property
say.
front.
That's all you had to say. All you had to say was that there was going to be more water for Spencer to immediately disagree with this guy. So as he says, water levels will rise, Spencer's going to just bonk him over the head with a lever.
As you go to attempt, I will need.
Is this happening in the gymnasium?
Yes, this is happening over the gymnasium. Dahlia, you have heard everything so far, and you do clearly see this man. Jace, how are you holding up, and where are you at?
I don't know what the fuck's going on with Discord. It's choosing to interrupt with certain features, but not all features, and only when I'm connected to certain internet. I don't fucking understand.
Goodness gracious. Discord, why you gotta be a wee bit difficult?
And I'm being told a specific thing that is supposedly the answer to the problem that is within my settings. And I'm going to the settings, and the option everyone is mentioning doesn't exist.
The what?
Apparently, there's something under Discord. It's privacy and safety settings that might be interfering. And there's supposedly a keep me safe, my friends are nice, or do not scan option. And none of those options exist under privacy and safety for me.
Have you tried the PC version of Discord?
I would love to. I can't right now.
Okay. Can you listen and hear us and speak to us?
I can hear you, and I'm able to speak some of the time.
Okay.
You may need to put me on pause for a bit, because I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Well, say you're currently navigating the labyrinth that is the school, currently being doggone and cat covered, with all these wonderful sidekicks of this newfound antagonist. So you're still making your way there. Technical difficulties, folks. Technical difficulties. Jumping back over to Puddles and the cat ruler of the world, Transient, who is mightily struggling to carry this concrete bowl he has made to carry Puddles. He is successfully doing it, and has so far been able to slowly crawl his way over towards the entrance of the school again, while hearing some banter of people going, what's going on? Seems like some of the power of the school has gone down. Someone's messing around with our power grid. As you approach the school, Puddles, I will need you to make another will save in order to get your bearings back, as you are being sloshed around in a bowl of concrete.
Yeah.
I never said I was concrete. I said
Sorry,
I made a bowl. You can assume that it'd be glass.
Porcelain.
Something other than concrete.
No! No! This is all just too much for her.
You feel an inkling of trying to feel yourself, return to form, only to hear the familiar voice of your brother, Des, shout out, "Hey, is everything all right? How you doing over there?" Edward, hey, Edward, you do see in your cat-like reflexes a young man rolling over in a wheelchair.
Mouth's a little full right now.
Oh goodness, you're pulling this with your mouth.
Pause, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
Your dentist is going to be mad tomorrow.
Dentist, what dentist? His organs are turning to stone.
Well, yes, but that's the main general doctor to freak out about, not the dentist. The dentist is going to freak out the fact that he's ruined his current crown settings since he's chewing on concrete,
Well, glass.
glass, porcelain, what have you. He's chewing on not normal material to be chewing on as he's dragging you over towards the front of the school while being distracted by your brother Des.
You're saying as though I can't alchemize my teeth back to perfect shape.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Human transmutation on self?
Not even
Just to
human
fix your
transmutation.
teeth?
It's not even human transmutation at that point. It's just bone.
It's still bone.
It's calcium.
It's living calcium.
No?
It's in your mouth.
Yeah, it's in your mouth. It's not living at all.
Dude, it rots away. That's a sign of it dying. It is alive so long as you take care of your teeth. But we're getting off track here. Ugh. Gotta molar my way through this. Gotta
I mean, hold on. Semantics here. Is it truly human transmutation if he's not human and he is a metahuman?
I am beside myself in such a manner right now because I am having such a argument with myself. It's the complexity of the biological region that is dental hygiene, surmountable or not surmountable to either regeneration or matter manipulation, especially if it's on your own body. It's not like you're just altering yourself or transforming it. You are literally just
at that point it falls under regeneration then.
meeting more souls. Why would you do this to yourself?
Because
So
he's
you
a
gotta
cat.
make your choice. I can either alchemize it or I can regenerate it. It's your choice.
Ugh.
To regenerate it probably, or else it would be a separate topic. Regenerate, which means more souls.
I hate to say it, but yeah, I feel more inclined to say regeneration over transmutation because I don't feel comfortable with you just clapping your hands on like a Ford Fountain Road dead vehicle and just turning it into your new front teeth. That just does not feel okay with me.
I would like to point out, you said it was messing up my crowns. Those are not living material either.
Yeah.
You have crowns at your age? Or at least
According to the DM, I do.
you just wanted to give yourself cool looking gold teeth, didn't you?
Aren't
had to get
grills
them
popular
grills.
right now?
Extremely, unfortunately.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
2002, baby. Little John.
Freaking Tupac.
Okay, so Des is coming towards us. What's going on?
This very much changes my mental image of your character, by the way. And it is hilarious. Just so you know, you are now perpetually wearing baggy pants. You have gold teeth and a lot of bling.
And I'm white.
Yep.
Well, half white.
Oh Lord. So, Des comes over to you guys, to Edward specifically. I heard that my sister was missing one of the class. Now I see that you guys are pretty much ditching school. What? Did another villain break out? Is it the military again?
Tilts head with bowl in mouth. continues dragging past.
What's with the bowl? Why are you walking on all four?
I mean,
Edward.
just to be fair, it's a bowl with 15 gallons of water in it.
Oh no, Wilda, are you okay?
No words.
I mean, Puddles, are you okay? Still no words.
Silence. I cannot form a mouth right now.
And Cat Rule Overworld is continuing to drag Bull.
As you guys,
Give him 20 minutes, he'll be doing that.
oh Lord, oh goodness.
Remember, cats are liquid. Cat Rule Overworld is currently liquid.
Liquid carrying liquid. So you managed to get get towards the main front doors of the first hallway into the school, and Des is rolling right on your trails right up till he gets to the stairway, since the school has still not been able to make all entrances accessible. His proper entrance looks like it's a minute away from you guys. By the time you guys are up at the stairs, he's halfway up the full-on ramp that was made in order to get up there. As he's trying to roll out, he is shouting loud enough, "You got this! You need to believe in yourself! You have to keep strong! Whatever is happening! By the way, what is exactly happening? The school seems to be going quiet. You guys are just coming back to it. What did you do?"
What did you do?
Cat Rule Overworld chooses not to answer.
Well, the cat.
Puddle, are you trying to answer to your brother, or are you trying to stay shied away from your brother and not answer?
I mean, I'll make another check to see if I can even create, words.
That's exactly what I'm asking.
It's a 12. It's above a 10.
How? What exactly are you trying to phrase out to him in your water symbols?
Good question, well presented.
My Lord, this song. I can actually hear it in my head. It'll be haunting me for a while. Anyway,
It wasn't us.
oh well, that's good. So, do you know what exactly is happening?
Animals were distraction.
Distraction. Animals. I'll see if I can't radio for help. See if I can get Stringent and Daniel to stop by and help, provide some help. I haven't been able to get the medicine made just yet, but I think I just got a hold of the last ingredient. Wow. He's being very. I gotta ask, like, why is he acting like a cat? Normally, I expect this from Spencer, but Was there drugs involved?
How we know cats or animals are distractions?
Distractions to what? As we flash back over towards Dahlia, who is now scoping out and seeing the hall monitor as described before in his new suit.
Did
Go
you
over
see my
towards.
text?
What's up?
You didn't go to Jace to see if you got my text, did you?
Let's see if we can flick it back to Jace. Jace, are you doing all right? Have you rejoined with us?
Yeah.
Looks like he's still having issues. He's got himself muted.
He is still lost in the maze of the school.
Listen, is this the hall monitor? He's a kid, right?
No.
They were adults.
Adults.
Okay. Then Dahlia feels no sympathy. She's going to shoot him in the leg. No,
Okay.
does not seem like something that would be in a '90s cartoon because of Columbine.
Yeah.
Instead, what would she do? Oh, for a more interesting way to do it, she decides, well, he clearly hasn't noticed me, and clearly these electronics are important. If Jace won't answer, well, I can be pretty good at fucking things up, she thinks. And she is going to pull out I think she still has a cleaver. Let me check. Yes. And she is going to take time to chop off her arms and fling them to different corners of the gymnasium where there's a lot of electronics bundled up. Then she's going to drop down and start chewing wires with her teeth.
I'm going to ask for. Wait, let me double check your power set because I believe you have the burrow ability, but would that be able to stretch to multiple parts of you?
Well, I can control multiple parts of me at once. What is it called? I named it the Thing, I think. Yeah, the Thing. I can move any parts of myself, even when they're not attached. So she is literally splitting herself into 3 pieces so that she can attack from multiple areas.
Fair enough. So go ahead and give me an actually no, I need to make rolls. I need to make rolls against your
Stealth, I
damage
guess?
rating. Because
Yeah,
not
'cause
like
I
the
can.
wires are going anywhere.
Well, the wires don't resist, I don't think. I just go through a certain number of inches every round. Yeah, I go through 1 foot every round.
So you
The
managed to keep your
downside is it does increase my hunger significantly, and I need that to heal, so that's gonna be a problem shortly. But for the moment, yeah, sabotage is in effect.
So, consequences later on. Got it.
oh boy.
Yeah. Easy success now, big consequences later. Have fun with that, Ace.
Oh yeah. So you've gone through at least a third of the thicker rope that's close by you as you're chewing through it. Your other hands are currently tearing through a few sets of wires themselves. The way it looks, you probably should have been feeling some zapping, but with the power all down, doesn't seem to be is no current energy to that is going through these wires. Makes it easier to cut through. Yay! You also realize this is going to be a horrible mess once the power gets turned back on, and these things aren't completely nubbed out and capped off in order to not be as hardwired as they are.
Dahlia's reasoning. It's just like the Christmas tree lights. If a squirrel chews through one section of it, all of them go out. She's a technology expert. But yeah, Dahlia, go nom nom. I guess you can go to the next person because that's all I got.
I do love it. So we'll shift back over towards Spencer at the current moment. Spencer,
Yeah.
you go ahead and give me that attack roll.
It's not an actual, like, I'm trying to hurt him. It's just one of those kind of backhand across the face, like, no, that's bad. Do I still need to make one, though?
Yes,
Okay.
you're actively batting at him.
It's just bonk. No. All right, let's see here. What would be my... I don't know what my modifier would be for something I'm not proficient with.
If the skill requires a rank in it, then you can't roll it.
What skill is it? What is it? Close combat or...
I mean, a slap is close combat. It's an it's an unarmed attack.
Okay, yeah. Then... Oh, okay. Well, then I'm good. I've got my unarmed attacks. Unarmed strike... Okay. We'll just say that, I'm not trying to hurt him, so I'll just do a backhand with the thing in my hand. Not hitting him with it, but just backhand hits him. Like, no. Bad. Okay, let's see here. What's the modifier for that? That's a +5. Alright. Does a 9 hit him, DM?
It does not. He sees you coming in for the bat, and he pleasantly steps back. Oh, this kitty has his claws all right. I know you wish to be a Bond, and you'll be a Bond yet, but for now, I need you to be back at the work. The ice caps won't melt themselves,
Can I please make another insight check as to whether that's a good thing or not?
No, because you already have your reserve comments about ice caps melting and water getting bigger.
Yeah, water gets bigger. Yeah. Okay.
That being
water
said,
gets good.
Your cat-like eyes do see movement in amongst the dark as you recognize that Dahlia, one of your friends, is currently eating through the wires like a very ravenous mouse. There's also other movements, but you're not quite sure, especially since her arms look not as big as they normally would. It's weird in the shadows. Hopefully she's fine.
Do I want to do the really smart thing here, or do I want to do the obvious, very dumb thing that Spencer would absolutely do if he was given no prompt? This is a hard decision.
You should do the thing Spencer would do.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're supposed to.
Yeah, I'm trying to make him a little bit smarter, but if we're doing what Spencer would do, I know exactly what's going to happen, and it's going to absolutely go batshit insane. So I'm giving you the warning now that Spencer will absolutely hear, you need to get to work. And he'll go, okay. Walk right up to the pod that has Tyrone in it and rip it out of the ground.
Sounds about right. He's thinking he needs to move furniture.
Did you want this over here? Rip.
No, actually, that was quite perfect. And what are you doing? I specifically told you to. As he noted, you said you were where at exactly?
At the pod where that Tyrone is in, just kind of ripping it up and going, "Is this supposed to be here? Because I think the feng shui." No, I'm kidding.
You need to put that back down. I just had that properly calibrated. Do you know how hard it is to set up something that's able to that's able to transmit it's able to configure and recondense heat molecules in order to reform them into proper rain molecules. I can't rain fire on places that I can't rain fire on without fire.
He's gonna look down at the giant hole in the ceiling now. He's gonna look up the pod. He's gonna look back to him. He's gonna look back at the pod. He's gonna piece things slowly together and go, no, and start running.
You think you can run away from me, but you can't run away from Mother Nature? No, will you run away from the Weatherman? Everyone hears that. A voice so loud and booming it echoes even towards the front of the school.
Now, if this were a teenager, there'd be a very comedic voice crack in there, but there's not. It's not a teenager. So, yeah, Spencer is running normal, about, say, 20, 25 miles an hour on the roof, just with Tyrone in tow, under his arm like a football.
I will need you to make 4 agility checks, as you're not only just running along the roof, you're running along the roof, ducking and weaving through the mass amounts of cats and dogs that have been helping the Weatherman. Go on the Weatherlets! Bring back my pen!
I love causing chaos, especially Spencer. Anyways, you said agility?
Yes. Or
Okay.
acrobatics.
Acrobatics, agility. Okay, I'll deal with acrobatics then. Wow, there are a lot of cat memes in the channel. Anyways, skill checks.
Not enough dog memes.
Where's our dog?
Dog play.
Stop. No, Windows. I didn't want to open Windows Explorer. I never use that anyways.
My cat is distracted. Get him!
That is a 15 on the first one. That is a 28 on the second one. That is a 24 on the third one. And a 26 on the last one.
You feel your pants almost get get ripped off as you're almost taken down by a couple of hounds. In particular, we're talking
like those little
often
Chinese
pinches.
dogs? Oh, okay. I was thinking about those little Chinese dogs that are really, really angry all the time.
The chows?
Yeah, the chows, like those small little furry ones.
I mean, we could have a chow there too, a chow chow.
That would be pretty funny.
So yes, Chow Chow and a Hoffman Pincher have grabbed you by the seat of your pants and attempt to hold you down, but you barely slip out as you manage to duck and weave through the rest of them.
I infinitely love the idea that now Spencer is not only carrying something like a football that should not be a football, but has lost both his shoes and his pants and is now sprinting half naked across the roof.
We have been infiltrated. There are bonds everywhere. I want them apprehended. Go, the lads! In this booming voice, you hear a call for his animals to gather up anyone that's been harassing his machines. Everyone, each and every one of you suddenly feel the eyes on the back of your neck. Initiatives, please.
Okay.
Could the Benny Hill theme please start playing?
It wasn't already?
Exactly. Oh boy. Jace, is Discord being any kinder to you right now? No. Sure. All I know is I am not downloading that latest Discord update.
Who's going last? All three of them.
What's my initiative? Oh, yeah, okay. Oh. Well, I still got a good one. I guess I don't get to complain. I do have a question, though. I'm about to go get another peanut butter cookie, but I need to ask, should I dip it in raspberry jam?
Yes. Yes, you should.
Advice taken. I will be...
There it is. +3. Okay. Hello, the man. The 5 groups of dogs. And the 5 groups of cats that are scattered about the school, convening on the interlopers.
Wait, what's happening?
He rolled for the various groups.
Okay.
So one was the group of dogs, one was the group of cats that are all.
I mean, Spencer's still going first.
The one dog who made it 20.
Sorry, double checking my map situation. Let's see here. There's Spencer's, Talia's, Jace, Puddles, and Cat Ruler of the Wolves. That's always gonna drive me nuts.
You're the one who made it last so long.
Yep.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
This is your own fault.
Although I will say it is starting to feel like we're halfway through 5th period.
You said it would last all the way until 8th, so.
Yeah. Look, we just wanted to skip school. You brought us back. Just saying. This is your fault.
My fault. You're trying to skip school.
Yeah. We had a good reason to skip school.
Very good reason.
Post-traumatic stress disorders.
No, I just couldn't reform. And since we're hiding our powers.
In 90s cartoons, there is never a good reason to skip school. In fact, there's often a very special episode about staying in school.
This is apparently it.
I don't know. It's doing a very good job of notifying parents that they should take their kids out of school. Because
Here-
apparently somebody's trying to brainwash them.
Here's the worst thing. Des can't even take Wilda out of school. Because I know how this works.
Nope, has to be a parent or guardian.
Yep. I was 18 and I wasn't able to sign myself out of school. So what I would do is that I'd write my own notes and have my mom sign it. She couldn't stop me.
Chase, I'm not sure how many episodes we're actually going to be in school.
Yeah, especially with how powerful we're getting.
I'll try to make it a minimum of 3. Now, will it be continuous? I can't say.
There's peanut butter.
And yes.
Okay, do you have initiatives ready?
Almost.
Okay,
There's a lot of cat and dog.
there is.
Oh, puddle rolled high.
I rolled decent.
Dog roll got 17, 20, 15, and 19. This is a cat. 12. 2 18s. 11.
Cat roll overworld beat everybody. Because he has cat rule overworld.
No, Spencer goes before you, doesn't he?
Nope.
18.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the one above my roll was his last acrobatics.
Ah, okay.
Calibrating who all goes in which order. So many rolls. So much handwritten stuff. That would be
Didn't I take out one of the groups of cats and dogs?
You did. That's why there's only 5 and not 6.
You ate all their souls.
I only nibbled a little bit.
Now we got soulless creatures running around.
Hey.
You know what? That's fair because technically, if you actually ate the souls, I would have no soul either.
I'd like to point out, none of them was a ginger.
No, none of them were. You know what? You're very lucky because otherwise you could have just had one brain cell.
But now you have 2.
Morning, everybody.
Okay,
Chase is going to have an extravagant and convoluted plan.
I will forget it within a minute.
Jace while stealth goes to the gym and rolls initiative. I love it. That's exactly what I hope to see. What the?
Question. Did you roll for Des?
No, Des is.
Des is right next to Wilda and Cat Rule Overworld right now.
Wilda would
Yeah.
bring Des. Wilda has the strength to carry both Des and Cat Ruler of World. Also, why is the gym on the second
None.
floor?
Wait, why does the gym have 2 floors?
Yeah. I just thought of that myself. Like, wait, why is the gym on the second floor? Why do we have to go upstairs?
It is a
Gyms have
cartoon
a
gym.
some gyms have seating at the on the bottom, and then like a little like railing, like a balcony that lines the entirety of the gym. That also has seats there on the second floor.
Yeah, but we're talking early 2000s Cartoon Logic gyms where they wanted to draw as little as possible.
Well,
No.
we're an audio medium, so yeah.
The second floor is the part in the cartoon they use exclusively for over-the-top bullying, where they hang the nerd off the railing by his leg.
I thought that was always the school roof.
Why are you guys bullying my architect? Seriously.
We're just
So he-
questioning the world around us.
So he put the gymnasium on the second floor above the auditorium. Forgive me.
Wait. Why is it above the auditorium?
That sounds like during a basketball game it could fall through down to the auditorium where all the band nerds are.
It was installed this way specifically to bully the theater kids. They're trying to practice Romeo and Juliet or some shit, and it's just thump, 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 thump.
Commenting him.
To be
Yeah.
or not to be? That is the question. And that's the buzzer, folks.
That just sounds like bad acoustics.
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible. Great during concerts. Everyone can hear everything from the gymnasium and the auditorium and back and forth. But yeah, terrible.
Is that when you have the band nerds play We Will Rock You?
Yes. Also, their Flight of the Bumblebee is one of the more notable ones.
Yeah.
World building at its finest, folks.
I think this architect needs to be talked to about student safety then.
If you want to talk about student safety, you could at least start at the fire alarms not working.
I forgot about that for a second.
I mean, hey, it's the one thing Spencer noticed.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the cats and dogs disconnected it.
Perhaps.
The architect is like evil and in on it, and is trying to endanger the students because he is like the big bad of this series.
If you make a big bad that's an architect, you will immediately incapacitate any of Spencer's attacks. I don't know.
That's when you just put like a pillar with 2 inches on each side.
Yeah.
Enough to sideways
architect.
slide it.
An architect. The worst thing to put up against an alchemist.
Okay, but imagine an architect who can like create alien geometries so that the laws of physics and chemistry don't actually work the right way, rendering you mostly powerless. How badass would that be?
I don't know. They would have to make the floors awfully Euclidean.
Or non-Euclidean, so that no matter where you go, you can't get up to where they are.
Alrighty, so I do have the initiative set and ready.
Okay.
Transit, you're still up at top of the round. Before we continue on this delving of what your big bad evil guys should consist of. I have to pace myself. Almost got lost in that delicious tangent there. Anyway, what are you doing, Transit, as you are currently at the front door, only to be accosted by at least 3 cats and 3 dogs?
Hmm. Question. Did the ones that I partially devoured spread the word?
No, I believe you caught them too, and they have passed out.
Yeah, but they also got grabbed by others and taken away.
True, there was that. They do seem to be on edge. They do seem to be aware of what you are capable of. As they glare at you carefully. But they were given an order. You do see one of the cats give a posture of trying to be bigger than you.
Arched back, false tail waving. There's
Crab
no tail.
puffing.
Very much seeming puffed up. Cat ruler of world demands you leave or face the consequences.
Are you trying to intimidate or persuade?
Oh, I am very much trying to intimidate at this point. The real question is, do I get a bonus from previous things?
I will say a +2 for still holding on to the cat spirits. And for as also the warning being spread from previously.
Because you are also now more of a threat.
That is not a roll.
Yeah,
20
roll
plus 0 does equal 0, but it is not a rolled 20.
That's a natural 15, sir.
Double checking the minions. The 3 cats in the cat group 1 needs to make a will save. As this dog group.
One cat succeeds.
This is the whole group.
Really, you're not rolling them individually?
There are 5 groups. I was doing each group of 3 cats, sort of a way to mitigate expensiveness. They are minions.
All right, so that's the cats.
This one's the dogs. The dogs are booking it, or look like they're getting ready to book it.
And the cats look like they're challenging me. Okay.
The Siberian Husky trio look like they're about ready to start dashing once they have the chance to, as they look at you with fear and worry.
And the cats are cats.
The 2 American bobtail and the 1 Japanese bobtail in between them look at you and go meow as they respond in tow, trying to arch their backs higher, ready to answer your threat.
Cat ruler of world warned you. And the 3 cats are going to be dragged underground.
Just making holes, aren't you?
Oh no, I'm making a proper 10-foot quicksand pit underneath each individual one.
You're making quicksand pits. On their turn, they will have to make agility and or acrobatics checks in order to escape.
Yep. And let's see here. That's one use. I still have one more use. Yeah, let's bind them as well. Oh, with stone hands to hold them into the quicksand. Yeah, I'm being very, very cruel right now.
Very. As you now put concrete mittens on these kittens to sink to the bottom of this quicksand.
Hey, cats don't mess around.
No, they
That's
don't.
going to put them at a major disadvantage and make the check harder for them to escape. Ah,
So yeah, that will be that'll be Cat Ruler of World's turn.
as we jump over to Desk, who is still rolling up the rest of the way from the ramp. All right, I hear some weird noises happening and clapping. What is going on, you guys? Oh Lord, Edward, Francie, your mask! You're forgetting your mask. You do hear noises going over to you, Wilda, as he wheels over and looks into the bowl. Wilda, I know this sounds strange, but your friend is literally encasing cats into quicksand. You need to get up and talk some sense to him. And as he now hears the loud booming voice coming over, and you may want to double check and see who's screaming like that, because that is some insane rambling. He's giving you the teamwork action and is trying to help you in your next roll to get yourself back together, Puddle.
Okay.
As we jump over towards the Weatherman, who begins the first portion of his monologue. Prepare yourself, Bonds, for your skies will be covered by the clouds of sorrow, and your humidity level shall become as thick as the blood when you face against me, the Weatherman. As the skies that were originally clear, somewhat growing orange with the with the edging of the sun, as we approach we'll say 2 o'clock at this point, are now suddenly covered by cloudy skies as the entire weather becomes this uh, stormy, thunderous weather as rain and lightning now start dropping. He will make motions towards Spencer in order to catch up to him. Double checking his speed as he does have a minute ability of flight.
Who is this again?
The Weatherman.
Weatherman.
1,200 feet per second fast.
Less than that. He definitely feels like feels like 40 feet behind.
He is about how far behind?
About 140 feet behind. My apologies.
Alrighty, you're good.
So as he does get up to there, you do feel the weather change around you, Spencer, as what was originally, regular skies now becomes cloudy and stormy as rain starts dropping on you.
Oh no. Yeah, Spencer doesn't like that.
From there, he will attempt one grapple attempt.
What's my resistance against that?
Well, he makes an attack roll against your. I believe it's
It will be dodge at this
Pa-
point because he's using a long range,
Yep, that'd be dodge then.
rope like weather rope. At the end of it is tied is the trusty rock that helps tells part of old local weather.
Sorry, does he just have a rock on the end of a long rope?
Yes, it's weather rock. Does a 22 beat your dodge?
A 22 does, in fact, beat my dodge. I'm not sure if there's anything I can do against that.
Hold on. I do have the wiki up.
Dodge is plus 10 plus base. So unless you have a 12 or more dodge or 13 or more dodge, yeah, that's gonna hit. However, it's going to be to hold on. It's going to be against your strength.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be funny.
Yeah.
He grabbed on, but well,
I have you now, Cat Bond. You will be in my clutches until you unhand that fiery man.
Okay.
As you feel the rope go tight around you, that will be the end of his turn. As we shift over towards number 4, dog group 20. Dog group number 3. Dog group number 3 would be closer towards Dahlia as you feel close.
Which part?
Your elbow of your left arm. As you feel 3 snouts just start subtly sniffing closely towards what feels like your left arm around the elbow part. As it's one of the ones closer towards the ground, as it's already torn through its chosen set of wires. Claw through its chosen set of wires.
Dolly's gonna be like, ah, shit. And she's gonna, like, walk her hand around and try to, like, smack at the dogs.
All right, they will be making from your reaction, they will be making a bite attempt. So 1 second. Does a 23 beat your parry?
Probably, but let me check. Harry is 6, yeah.
So it does.
Yeah, it does.
All right. So you do feel like teeth start nipping in past the skin as they start taking turns trying to nip and gnaw at your arm, trying to get it to stop continuing to claw the next set of wires that's close by. I will need a toughness check from you.
Okay. Toughness check. So my toughness are half effect, and it also increases my hunger. So we'll see how that goes. Toughness is a 0. So whatever it is, it's half effect.
It was originally 17, going at half effect. So I'm going to have to say be closer to 9. if I'm remembering half effect right.
Puddle.
Damn
Do
it.
they round up or is it rounded down?
I was on mute. It's usually rounded down.
All right, so then it would be at 8.
Okay.
So that
Did
would be meeting it. That would be meeting it. So
Yeah.
you feel them. You feel this tearing, but it's nothing you haven't felt before. When you've cut yourself, they haven't hit bone yet. They're just clawing at what would be the already tattered flesh.
Dahlia's
Almost
stomach rumbles.
as they're distracted, we'll head over to the next person. Jace, you are currently still roaming the halls of the school. You are currently bypassing the cafeteria since you got done from the computer room. As you're going into the main bulk of the hallway, you do see several sets of animal groups close by. You are stealthy. I will need you to continue that stealth as you try to make your way over towards the gym. Oh, if I'm not close enough to be involved yet, I'm just hovering then, staying in stealth, which is true. But but you are moving closer towards the gym. Am I correct? E. Then I'll need another stealth check from you. Go ahead and add the bonus from your stealth field. As I try to recall which teachers are. Still waiting on Jace's stealth roll.
You can do it, Jace. I believe in you.
You are hovering over, and you are making your way carefully. Then you feel your arm slip a little bit as you try to turn a corner, and you hit a familiar button. The mute button on Rockin' Prime. Don't you know you shouldn't be roaming around the school halls without a hall pass? Without a hall pass, people would be running around their classrooms in total chaos. There would be no organization. And how would you be able to learn in such chaos? Always remember to clarify and get a hall pass from your teacher. Remember, the knowledge is yours. Yes, C2 and few cats and a few dogs have both been caught completely off guard by the sudden jumping noise from the sudden loud noise coming from your unmuted Rockin' Prime. Not currently, they can't see you, but they do gain bonuses to trying to look for you on their turn. So right now, you're still hidden as you continue approaching over towards the gym. But know that you have alerted the nearby animals, and they are now actively looking for you. You can see in the dark, but they don't see anything, which is once more true. Now, was there anything else you want to do as you attempt to continue moving forward with what with Rock and Prime already almost blowing your stealth?
Him again, and then I'm gonna keep moving.
Hit mute again. All right. So from there, we will. Will that be the end of your turn? Alrighty. We'll go over towards the next set of dogs, dog 5, who are currently out of most of your guys' views. Spencer, on the other hand, can hear the subtle nipping at the door of the building underneath him, of the right of him, underneath the right of him, as he's running over the rooftop.
Is it my turn?
Not yet.
Alrighty.
But you do hear them getting ready to break down a door. I just need to make a quick roll. You hear cracking and breaking and straining, and you start to hear a sound of a young lady whimpering. Or
Well-
old lady whimpering. Old lady whimpering.
Oh, that makes it worse. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I have my notes right here in front of me, and for some reason I can't seem to find. Well, that found. I think I found. Ah, yes, that's the name. Here's an old lady whimpering. Yep. Speaking of, now we head over to Spencer's turn, as you are just that much faster than some of the other cats. Weatherman's holding right on to me.
Yes. I take it you want to continue running while being lassoed with your strength check.
Strength check? Okay. You want me to make it now, or?
After you tell me where exactly you're running off to. As you do hear the old lady making whimpers with the sounds of dogs and possibly other critters clawing at the door of the what might be the library, the nearest bigger section that's close by you. Not counting the gym.
Am I close to a window?
A skylight. You're on the roof.
Good.
Only this skylight leads into a hallway not connected towards the library. The library is the skylight towards the library or towards the hallway of the library is on the next section, on the next hallway.
Down.
It's about only like a jump away from you, like less than a jump, maybe a couple of steps since how fast you are.
Okay, I'll make a strength check here. Give me a second. So who is holding onto the rope?
The weatherman.
I see. I'm going to reach back. And would you say it would be fairly easy for Spencer to snap the rope or cut it with his claws?
Normally, yes, but there's something about this particular rope that seems like it's
Different.
weathered. It seems like it's weathered a lot. It's weathered storm. It's weathered centuries of storms.
I see.
You start scratching at it, and you already feel like Huh. That doesn't feel like normal rope. That feels almost like bedrock.
I like it. So, where is it lassoed around me, particularly?
Around your shoulders right now. And yes, I see skylights go down. He is on the rooftops. He is planning to jump into the hallway. It goes down. If I
You're
said
gonna-
up, it's only
You're
because
gonna-
I am slipping up.
No, it's okay. You've just given me the opportunity to make the most Saturday morning cartoon moment ever. So I need to get in, particularly that room, that skylight that I can see. From my judgment, if I grab this rope and yank it as hard as physically possible for me, could I whip him over me and down into the skylight?
Yes.
What would I need to roll for that one?
That would still be a strength check as you're trying to pull him and maneuver him into there. He would have to fail an acrobatic check if he holds on to the rope.
I gotcha. Let's see here.
Quit teasing my architect. The skylight's on the roof of the gym. The gym just happens to be the second floor.
The architect of this
Oh,
building did not think too well.
I'm telling you, architect is the big bad. I'm calling it now.
That's fair enough. But
He
I'll go
also
ahead and make
designed
that
the streets. That's why they've always got traffic.
I gotcha.
Also, people are supposed to see the side shops.
That's gonna be a +8. That's a 25, DM.
To his mighty. Double checking to make sure that I did set it as I did set it. Yes, I did set it as such. Perfect. Just how I planned it.
17.
He is completely surprised and is now hollering as he's barely clinging on to dear life. You are in the reins of this as he is being pulled by it. He struggled
Okay.
against your pull and he failed miserably.
So
So as you're
I'm
whipping him around, doing exactly as you were hoping to do with your maneuver to get down into towards the skylight and into the hallway to the library, is
So-
acrobatic roll.
acrobatic roll. Let's see what that is. He did really good with just a +0. That's really good. I got to commend him for that one.
Did I say acrobatic roll? I meant agility. He has no acrobatics.
I mean, he's working with what he's got. Come on. Oh, this reminds me of Matt all over again.
And that is a natural one, folks.
He's using. Is the DM using a Benny on that?
How many bennies does he have left?
3.
3.
3.
Yep.
He hasn't used any yet.
And
We've
I won't
used all
use
of
it
ours.
yet, as there's something to do a toughness check. As
Yeah.
he vigorously slams into a door.
I slammed him down through the skylight into the floor. So
Sorry. He was used as a whip chain.
pretty much. That's gotta hurt. Now, would this technically be a throw on my part?
Technically, yes.
Okay.
Would your
Um,
throw happen to have any damage attached to it?
Yes. My throw has a DC of 23. That is the damage threshold for that one.
So 2 degrees. He takes a bruise and is considered dazed. But you're not dealt with the weatherman yet.
Now that was my action, correct?
Yes.
Now, I'm gonna move, and I'm going to basically jump down through the skylight, holding Tyrone. As I come through the skylight, what do I see around me? Or unless I need to make an acrobatics roll to stick the landing.
I will need an acrobatic roll from you. Give yourself a +2, as you don't have to worry about breaking through glass or landing on glass, as you were pretty much aiming for the body of the weatherman, as you used him to pretty much break your entrance and cushion your fall.
Hey, he did.
As that is enough, you pretty much land with that gymnast pose on the small of his back. There's like a small shout coming from the weatherman, but you don't hear any bones breaking. He seems to be pretty sturdy for a middle-aged weather guy.
Yeah, I would have been really upset if I accidentally just paralyzed him right there. I would have genuinely just like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. But
You see the librarian. Yes, while he's carrying Tyrone's pods, while you're carrying this metal that's churning fire, and you can hear it viciously crack and slight oh god, please help me, coming from there every so often amongst the flame flickers, being muffled by what seems to be heat-proof glass.
heat tempered. That's pretty cool. Out of character, that's just me being the physics nerd I am. But I hear the librarian. Do I hear from which direction, or is it kind of like right in front of me in the library?
It's pretty well lit for a library. You're able to see the old lady by the door over towards what seems to be your towards the south of the room.
Okay.
You can also see a couple of kids, well, a few kids, as most of them have come up here as part of this hallway's emergency uh, evacuations procedures to go through the library. They are currently single filing out of the back door of the library, but it seems like there's going to be at least a minute to 2 minutes before everyone gets out at this rate. And
So-
the librarian, Miss Ludwig, does not look like she can keep holding the door, especially with the door fracturing as it is.
Oh, the door is collapsing, kind of.
Yes, as you hear barking, barking and mewing, but to you it's, "We demand you let us in! Let us in! We need to stop you! We need to find the interlopers! How dare you stop us from letting our masters take over your world!"
Okay. I'll handle that on my next turn, but I'll concoct a plan in the meantime. Go ahead to the next person initiative.
Hello.
Going from Spencer will be Cats 2 and 3.
God damn it.
Hey, we're getting closer to you. You're like right next after them.
Yeah.
I hope.
Very end, so
Cat Group 3 seems to be still lurking in the darkness, still stealthing. So, when their stealth roll, Jace, out of the back of your presence, you do hear the pitter patters of cat paws walking behind you.
Okay.
As Cat Group 2 in front of you also encloses around you. You are now being surrounded by two cat groups.
I mean,
One of the sorry,
in
go ahead.
fairness, In fairness, I would imagine that since this is a hallway full of low to the ground animals, that when Jace was moving through here, he wouldn't have exactly been on the ground. It's dark, he's camouflaged, he's probably using the hover function to be like 3 feet up.
And yet these cats are still staring at you despite your camouflage motions.
Okay. He's just gonna hover past if they don't do anything. They can't really obstruct him at the moment.
One group attempts to jump on to where the sound is at. Although with it being invisible, they do have a minus to the do have a penalty to their
You
grapple.
mean where the sound was, or do they know where I am now? Because I presumably I didn't stop moving after the failed stealth check.
Right, they still
And I
need.
did re-mute Rockin' Prime.
You did. They will need to do a stealth roll. My apologies. Okay, no, that stealth roll was for the cat. They need to do a perception roll. I believe that 21 beats the previous 8.
And my hand does.
And 9 barely makes it. So, despite your careful measures, these cats are still seeming to keep up with you, as though they're trying to follow what seems to be the air patterns in the air in the hallway as you're fluttering along in your hover chair. The first group will make an attempt to jump up and try to grab onto you, or try to grab on what they think is you in the air.
They're gonna have some trouble with that because if I'm not mistaken, Rockin' Prime has something around him, which is a deflection field.
It is. It is. Need to double check to see how high that difficulty become.
It's +3 toughness, impervious, subtle. And that's on top of his normal toughness?
Which normal toughness is a 6.
So 9. 9 and then subtle, whatever.
Yes, so it's going to be a tougher chance for them to actually grab on. So it lowers down their attempt to only a +1 in their. You know that funny sensation of watching animals run into glass?
Oh no.
As you're floating along, these cats seem to pick up where you're at, and they attempt to jump at you and try to claw on you. But the force field is still up, and so there is this moment where these cats flatten around your force field before dropping straight back down to the ground. The second group take notes of this and try to go a different route. Although trying to knock what little there is of what little is attached to the roof tiles doesn't really do much to your shield, as a couple of the drywall plates drop down only to break around your force field. It's not slowing you down. That is their turn as they keep up with what seems to be you. Now we finally jump over to Puddles.
I get to make a will save with a +4.
Try to take over the world.
11.
You're
I,
definitely feeling. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I will say my motivation does come into play. So,
You do. So, as you're feeling more courageous and wanting to help people, as there seems to be a much more danger towards a school,
mhm.
you do feel that with this will save, you're able to actually start moving your form again. You're able to escape from being paralyzed. You haven't solidified back to your normal self, but it's all right. You always feel comfortable being water. At the end of your turn, go ahead and give yourself a Benny. Do not use that Benny yet.
Okay. I was just gonna do stuff, but I guess not.
Not with that Benny yet, but you can still do stuff.
Oh, I was gonna come out of the jar
There
and
is
hmm
no sorry. There is no lid, so there's no real trouble with you getting out of said jar.
yeah.
It's a
And
bowl. It's an open top bowl.
I know, I'm getting out. And then I'm going to grab Des and Cat Ruler of Worlds.
You grab Des and Transient in just at the right time to see Transient leave stone mittens on these kittens.
You need your mask. Otherwise, people will know what you can do.
Mm, yeah, I'm gonna have to make a will save for this one.
Please do. I was about to say, in order to fight off your feeling regalness to be known, while trying to also keep yourself hidden from the world.
No.
No.
Oh, the troubles that come at play.
No, that is a 9 for you folks at home.
Yeah.
That is below a 10.
That's no bueno.
And I'm letting it stand. I am not using a Benny for it. Cat Ruler of World deserves to be known and feared. That way, adorable, cute human doesn't come under attack.
You know, I like this new charismatic side of you.
It's
I mean,
slavery.
I wish it was a cat theme, but you know, I'm kind of digging it.
Oh goodness, it's gonna get bad once all this is done, and it's gonna be Spencer versus Cat Ruler of World.
No, we're just gonna join forces.
So that should be entertaining. Anything else, Wilda?
I've used an action for grabbing you. I've used a move action to get up and start moving. So no, that's my turn.
Then it hops over to cats 4 and 5 next, with cats 5 going first as they resume clawing at the library door, trying to get into the room. Spencer, you do hear a ferocious back talking from the cats. A mixture of "How dare you! You're not even worth the scratching post," or a variant of that as they attempt to claw down the door. It looks like they're clawing on some of the thicker portions as you hear like slight paint scrapings. So the door still stands a bit further. Does not take another bruise nor falters yet. Cat 4, on the other hand, is currently trying not to die. Off screen. Normally they would have a higher degree on this, but because of the unique situation, they're down to a flat roll. And unfortunately, it is still short. Those cats have sunken. You have thankfully reduced the group size already by another group of cats. You monster.
Yep.
Cat ruler of world does not care. They were inferior to cat ruler of world.
You realize cats usually live in colonies and they do care for each other.
Yes, but this is an opposing colony.
Not warrior cats, my dude, but alright.
Jumping over to dog group number 4, who is who witnesses the cats who defied transient, sink beneath the top level of the quicksand, and have just straight up start booking it down the hallway. All 3 of them. They're going as fast as they can. They are just dashing. They're barely out of eyesight, transient. We'll jump over towards who was number 11? Dog group 2? Doggone. Dog Group 2 approaches the sounds of where they originally, not where they originally thought they heard Jace, but from where they saw the plaster dropping. After they from there they'll make a roll to see if they notice what the cats have noticed, or if they're still dog brains, just dog. And the brain cells are put together as they're able to recognize that something is hovering in the air. They go to a jump and leap onto it. Try to bring it down. But I don't think a 12 beats the deflection field. As that would make the total parry 16. Once more, another set of heavy thunks can be heard underneath you, Jace, as the dogs just conform towards the force field before dropping down.
Just a series of thump noises that don't do anything.
Yes. Just like thump, thump, thump. Huh? Thump, 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 thump. Next set would be Cat 1, which is up on the rooftop looking down over at the mid biting Dahlia, who is currently clawing through the now 1/3 thick set of cables leading up to the what originally was the original machine, now just the exoskeleton, since the main chamber was stolen away.
Unless it's over 3 feet thick, Ace, I'm already through it. I go through 1 foot at each round.
Yeah, it was 6 inches, 6 feet. It was 6 feet thick. Large set of cables.
Well,
Thick?
when you think about how much cable there is, that's fair.
Thick cables?
6 foot thick cables. I'm sorry. There are connection lines that are not that thick.
All right, fine. I'll fine. Let me retract that and reduce it back down to 3.
So she's chewing on one cable or several cables?
There were several cables, 1 foot thick each.
Okay, well, it makes sense to be several cables, but if it's one cable, that might be a bit much. It might make sense for maybe like a foot, because even if they're inch thick cables, which I could see in a school, that there are going to be a lot of those. So it makes sense for about 12 an hour in that kind of range. Even then, copper is pretty dense.
Either way,
I'm going through
Go
a
ahead.
foot of them.
Yeah.
So chewing and clawing.
And these
So it's another full round action, and I'm very hungry now.
And these cats have noticed that someone is still clinging to the cables here, and they're coming over to try to see what's going on. You were currently stealth, right? As you were clawing through.
Yeah, they never bothered looking at me. They never looked at the ceiling, and then when I dropped down, they were distracted.
Does a 17 beat your previous stealth score?
You never had me roll one.
Could have sworn I did.
Let me see. You had me roll an insight.
Fair enough. Go ahead and give me a. Well, actually, let me double check your passive stealth real quick.
12-minute warning, DM.
Understood. Because you are clinging to the shadows in a familiar area. I'll judge that as no. They barely missed you.
Okay. But now they are actively looking for me, and they
Yeah.
have spotted me. I'm guessing.
Yes.
All right.
They're actively looking for you, but that will be their turn going through that.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a full round action going through another foot of cables. Or I could just go to another set of cables, because I don't think they would have even inch thick cables. I don't think they would have more than 12 bundled in a single room. But I would go to a different area and also chew through those. So Dolly's going to go to another set of equipment. She's going to run there, and then she's going to start burrowing again.
All right, that'll be on your turn though. So we'll go over to the last critters before you, which is dog 1, and they are currently running past Jace more towards the other hallway, towards the back of dog group 5. They're clawing towards Miss Ludwig. That'll be their turn. Now, Dahlia, as you're currently finished gnawing through the second foot of tubing, you notice that you were being almost founded by some cats, but they seem to still be distracted. You do hear commotions going on throughout the school, and a man shouting out the top of his lungs about how he is the weatherman and he will take over this world, or take over this school at least, as he got whipped away over towards the library area. What will you do?
I guess it depends. Does he sound delicious when he says that?
For you, as though he was dripping with teriyaki sauce and butter.
Okay, so what's my will save I need to make again? Hang on. Not the decay. And feeding frenzy. Oh, 14. Why did I? Oh, because I was getting worse. All right. And my will is +1. Oh boy. It begins.
As you make a roll,
Yeah, I'm making my roll. Oh, I succeeded for now. But I did succeed.
Your stomach churns as your mind pondered what this weatherman would taste like. But then you recall hearing other commotions, and your mind wanders to your friends. You're able to keep your stomach in line.
Yeah.
Eating will have
I
to wait.
go looking. I look for some more wires, but I look for some that are like conveniently further away from my friends, and hopefully away from the animals too.
You do see a set of wires over towards the back of the gym, close by, dangling from the main hole. It looks it's only about a foot that you should be able to like go through before the end of your turn.
All right, she'll go run over there and start gnawing, or she'll probably teleport over there because that's a move action for her, and then start gnawing, which will make her hungry again. So I'll need to make another save the next turn.
You're lucky that it's currently storming and weathering right now. Otherwise, the sunlight would have stopped your shadow walking. But with the darkness spreading, you're
Well,
able
I
to.
remember there's an umbrella over it, so he didn't know what he unleashed by having an umbrella over.
Just a small smit of the shadow that allows me to creep up on your
No.
doorstep and devour your brains.
All right, yeah, that too. All right, well that's my turn.
Dahlia, as you are finished going through the cable, you do notice that the storm above you guys, past the umbrella, is starting to darken. From there, we will call it session, and we'll start at the top of round with Transient again next session. We thank you everyone for joining us here at Master Non. We hope you all had fun, even amongst the slight discussions and like counter arguments, which is fine. This is supposed to be a lively discussion anyway. As lively as we can be, right?
We
We
try.
like having our wild
We
mass
attempted.
gathering.
Anyway,
I'll
thank
see you
you
next
for
time.
joining us. Exactly. See y'all next time.
Bye bye.
Bye.